You know one thing about social media, sometimes the happiest couple online are fighting the hardest offline, behind closed doors. Because if you were active around 2015 and 2016, you probably remember how that Tonto Dikeh and Olakunle Churchill were online power couple. You see things like luxury gifts, vacation, matching outfits, public messages, everything looked perfect. They looked like the perfect couple. Just a few years later, this same marriage became one of the messiest celebrity breakup Nigeria has ever seen. There was cheating allegation, fake lifestyle accusation, public interviews, social media dragging. And now, years later, these same people that once looked like enemies are now reconciling peacefully. What really happened between Tonto Dikeh and Churchill? Was Rosy the true reason for their marriage crash? Why are old videos of these people, why is it resurfacing again? And why are people talking about the problems in Churchill's recent relationship? The story is deeper than what people think. Let's dive into it. How did everything start? Tonto Dikeh was already one of the biggest actresses in Nollywood at the time. Very controversial, outspoken, very famous. And suddenly, Nigeria started hearing about a mystery man in her life. Some felt it was a rich businessman. That man happened to be Olakunle Churchill. At first, Tonto Dikeh tried to hide his identity, but eventually, the relationship became public. Nigerians were obsessed with them. Fans of Tonto Dikeh started, hyping the relationship. Next thing, not long after, they got engaged. They had their traditional wedding. Tonto became pregnant. We don't know which one came first. Currently, we are seeing it's as if she got pregnant before they did the engagement. Anyways, everything happened fast. And honestly, at the time, many people believed Tonto Dikeh had found peace. Because before then, her public image was always controversial. So, people saw Churchill as the man that changed her, right? The online fairy tale. This marriage of theirs became one of the biggest celebrity marriages online. Churchill constantly posted expensive gifts, designer lifestyle, romantic captions, luxury, and many Nigerians genuinely were admiring them, the community. But according to Tonto Dikeh later, that things behind the scene were already falling apart, even when those posts were going on. But fans did not know. When did this crack actually started showing? It was around late 2016 and early 2017. Fans started noticing strange things online. Tonto stopped posting Churchill regularly. Then, quietly, she removed Churchill from her name on Instagram. That's what Nigeria was like. Nigerians, you know them. They started realizing that it's like something is wrong. Then suddenly, everything exploded publicly. Here is actually Tonto's allegations. Tonto came online and started making very serious accusations against Churchill. She accused him of number one, cheating, emotional manipulation, abandoning his responsibilities, and allegedly living a fake life of a wealthy man online. But one of the biggest claims that shocked Nigerians was when she said she allegedly financed most of the wedding, that engagement herself. That's actually the old interview that has actually resurfaced online recently. According to Tonto Dikeh, Churchill allegedly promised to refund her all those money later, but he never did. So she also claimed that the money sprayed on her wedding day by Churchill's mother was only 2,000 naira. She even showed the video. That interview has started trending again right now. I'm not going to show us here. You can go and find it online, search for it, because people are already revisiting the entire story again. Now, whether people believe her or not, that interview changed public perception completely, because before then, many people believed Churchill was a wealthy man and he was the provider in the relationship. So Churchill will not stay now. He fires back. Churchill did not stay silent. He denied many of Tonto's allegations. And according to him, the marriage problem were not one-sided. Tonto also had her issues. Of course, when two people are fighting, everybody wants to share the blame. He said that many things that was said publicly about him were exaggerated. From there, the marriage turned into public warfare. Interviews upon interviews, subtle posts, direct and indirect shades, blog headlines. Every single week, they became the talk of the town. And at one point, it honestly felt like Nigerians were watching a reality TV show on real life. Then came the controversy, Rosy Meurer. Now, this is where the story became an eventually more controversial case, because Rosy's name started entering into the conversation. At the time, she was introduced publicly as someone close to Churchill. Some people said she was just a family friend. Others believed she already was involved romantically with Churchill while he was still married to Tonto. And for years, this became one of the biggest arguments online because many Nigerians believed that Rosy was one of the reasons Churchill's marriage to Tonto Dikeh crashed. But Rosy has repeatedly denied that claim publicly. Recently, she even came online again saying she was never Tonto's best friend. Tonto never introduced her to Churchill, and she did not snatch anybody's husband. That's Rosy now, had to clear herself. A lot of Nigerians never fully believed that explanation because not long after the marriage between Tonto and Churchill crashed or ended, Churchill publicly moved on with Rosy. And eventually, Rosy gave birth for Churchill. They had children together, and that made the entire controversy even bigger. Who would not believe Tonto's side of the story right now? The internet never forgets. And this is where the story becomes interesting. Even years later, people still kept arguing online about who was truly toxic, who lied, who manipulated the public, and whether social media destroyed the marriage completely. You know, you people, social media people. But the truth is, nobody outside the house truly knows what really happened completely. None of us have the full information. We only know the public side of the story, right? When celebrity couple are fighting, internet never forgets what any of the parties says. This is the shocking twist nobody actually expected. Fast forward to this year, after years of online drama, something shocking is happening. Tonto Dikeh and Churchill suddenly reconcile, not romantically but emotionally, for the sake of their child. Churchill recently confirmed publicly that they have both forgiven one another and moved on from bitterness. In fact, Tonto Dikeh also gave that testimony in church in NSPDP, right? Nigerians were surprised because their fight almost lasted a decade publicly. Nobody expected peace between them, but we thank God for Jesus. Now, there's the new drama. While Tonto Dikeh and Churchill are seeming to be at peace, the internet has now shifted attention to Churchill and Rosy. Recently, breakup rumors started spreading. Fans noticed social media changes. Blogs claimed that Rosy allegedly filed for divorce, for separation between them. Some people even linked rumors to Churchill reconnecting peacefully to Tonto for the reason why Rosy is asking for divorce. But Churchill has denied the divorce report completely. Now, the fact that he recently claimed that there was even a legally... In fact, he recently claimed there was never even a legally recognized marriage between him and Rosy. Wow. According to him, there was only an introduction ceremony and not really a legal wedding. That statement shocked Nigerians because for years, many people assumed they were fully married. The real lesson in this story, what can we learn from this story? Honestly, the biggest lessons for this entire situation is not even about me bringing you people gossip. It's about social media relationship. Because this story perfectly shows how, number one, relationship online can look perfect. Luxury can hide problems. Public image are not always reality. And once relationship problems enter social media, things become permanently messy. At one point, Tonto Dikeh and Churchill looked like couple goals, power couple. But then suddenly, they became public enemies. And it cannot be eaten because you have brought it online. Years later, they are peacefully cooperating again, while internet is still confused and still dragging them. Life is unpredictable, honestly. Right? What's the conclusion of the whole matter? So when people ask, what really happened between Tonto Dikeh and Churchill? The honest answer is, only the two of them can tell us the complete truth. Not even Rosy can tell us what really happened. But one thing is clear, their marriage became one of the biggest examples of how, in Nigeria, social media relationship can collapse publicly, while millions of people are watching. Until today, Nigerians are still debating who was truly wrong, who was truly toxic. But the most important thing right now is the fact that they have finally found peace and they are cooperating their child in peace. They did that for the sake of their child. And honestly, that might be the healthiest ending story that could have ever been. For me, I feel like that's okay. The sacrifice for a child is all that I can actually, I can give them a pass mark. They've actually tried. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that social media made their marriage worse? Or do you think the relationship was already doomed from the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notification whenever we are going deeper into more celebrity stories like this.